Today's NFL landscape flipped in a big way with one of those unexpected trades that shake up the entire offseason chatter. The Steelers and Dolphins just pulled off a blockbuster swap, centered around Minkah Fitzpatrick, Jalen Ramsey, and John Johnson, along with some draft picks flying in both directions. It's the kind of move that makes you stop and rethink the positioning of a handful of teams, especially as the Cowboys start gearing up for their 2025 campaign. What makes this deal even more fascinating is the roller coaster of details that emerged over the last few hours. Initially, the buzz was that Jalen Ramsey was headed straight to Pittsburgh. Then whispers surfaced about a pick swap mixed into the equation. Suddenly, John Johnson's name popped into the mix, turning what seemed like a simple trade into a multi-layered chess move. This wasn't just a trade. It felt like an NBA-style free agency shakeup on a random June day. The kind of move you don't expect until July or August, but here it is, unfolding right now. Looking closer at the trade specifics, the Dolphins are getting Ramsey, a cornerback with undeniable talent, a player who can impact a defense immediately. Pittsburgh, on the other hand, is landing Fitzpatrick, a player with a reputation as one of the best safeties in the league, alongside John Johnson and a fifth-round pick in the 2027 draft. The swap of draft capital and players feels like Pittsburgh doubling down on defense versatility, while Miami clearly wants to elevate their cornerback depth. From the Cowboys' perspective, this trade is a subtle but critical pivot. Ramsey was never realistically in Dallas's plans, mainly because of his price tag. The contract demands were steep, so steep that it seemed like a no-go from the jump. But the fact that Ramsey apparently secured a raise through this trade is wild. It's rare to see a player get an upgrade just by switching teams in a deal like this, but Ramsey apparently managed it. Credit to his camp for pushing that through because it wasn't the expected outcome. Minkah Fitzpatrick's involvement adds another layer of intrigue. The Cowboys reportedly showed interest in him a while back, but the offers they made then were nowhere close to what Pittsburgh ultimately gave up. So Fitzpatrick landing in this trade was genuinely surprising. It's safe to say Dallas was never seriously chasing Minkah now, especially since he wasn't really available outside of this Ramsey trade. Adding John Johnson to the mix also removes Dallas from that race, a player they weren't targeting given the short $1-year, $2 million deal he signed. That price wouldn't fit the Cowboys' model for either player. In the end, Dallas didn't have a path to Ramsey or Minkah, and the financials didn't line up for Johnson either. Ramsey was always the costly one, and now that his contract demands have seemingly gone up, the Cowboys can focus elsewhere. So what does this mean moving forward? With Ramsey off the board, the Cowboys are back to square one on the cornerback market. There's a lot of speculation about which teams might be in the running for other veteran corners. Carolina and Green Bay come to mind, both teams looking to shore up their secondary in different ways. The Raiders and Rams have also been mentioned. And even Miami, despite trading Ramsey away, might circle back for another corner. Minnesota has shown interest in the past too, adding to the crowded market for that position. Dallas, meanwhile, appears keen on finding a veteran presence to stabilize their cornerback group. A group that has some promising young pieces but could use experience to smooth out the rough edges. Don Blaine is a name that comes up positively, and there's hope that Kellen Elam can step up this year. Still, Elam is a rookie with some expected growing pains, and with Michael Gallup's health in question for Week 1, the Cowboys need depth. Players like Caleb Farley and Andrew Booth Jr. are talented but inconsistent, and Robert Rochelle, brought in recently, hasn't been a game changer. The cornerback market is definitely thin, and finding the right veteran could be the difference between a shaky secondary and a reliable one. This trade between Miami and Pittsburgh just reshaped the chessboard, and now Dallas has a clearer picture of who's realistically available on the quarterback front. The free agent scene is just as intriguing. Stephon Gilmore stands out, a veteran with ties to Dallas and the ability to be a reliable stopgap starter. He's 35 now, and while he's not the long-term answer, his experience and serviceability could be a perfect fit for the Cowboys' needs. Gilmore wanted to stay in Dallas last year, even attending the team's non-football injury medical visit. If the Cowboys find themselves needing a corner or a defensive back later this summer, he could be near the top of their list. There are other names to consider as well. Mike Hilton is a solid nickel corner option, though his role with Cincinnati has been up and down, which raises questions. The Cowboys might consider using him as a run-stopping specialist in the slot if they can't rely fully on their current group. Rasul Douglas, recently a free agent, might find a home before training camp, possibly with a team like Houston, who has faced injuries in their secondary. Seattle recently picked up Shaquille Griffin, which could signal less opportunity for Douglas there, but other teams might take a chance on him. Asante Samuel Jr. is the wild card. Neck surgery this offseason is a significant concern, and while that procedure is meant to fix lingering stinger issues that limited his play last year, neck injuries are notoriously tricky to recover from fully. The medical evaluations will be critical, and while the talent is there, there's always a question mark when it comes to long-term health. Jack Jones is another name floating around, but he's a bit of a gamble. When he's good, he's very good, but his inconsistency can lead to major mistakes at cornerback. Those mistakes often mean giving up big plays, and that's something no team wants. Kendall Fuller, though, could be a very interesting target. As a versatile depth piece, capable of playing both inside and outside, he might not be a full-time starter anymore, but as a solid number for corner, he could bring stability and experience to the back end of the roster. Cam Sutton's recent struggles and suspension with Pittsburgh make him a less attractive option. While he was once a promising nickel corner, last season's performance was disappointing, and his off-field issues add another layer of concern. All things considered, the Cowboys face a tricky puzzle in building their secondary. Young talent shows promise, but without a reliable veteran anchor, they risk growing pains that could cost them games early in the season. The off-season shuffle, starting with this Ramsey Fitzpatrick blockbuster, signals that finding that veteran presence is now a pressing priority. For fans wondering who Dallas might bring in, the options are limited, but the Cowboys front office has shown they're willing to move smartly when the opportunity rises. Whether they lean toward a free agent, a late draft pick, or a trade, the cornerback position is definitely one to watch closely in the coming weeks. With the 4th of July just around the corner, the excitement for the season ramps up, and so does the gear to show off your Cowboys pride. It's the perfect time to get ready for the upcoming battles on the field, with the best fan gear available. As the NFL offseason continues to unfold, one thing is clear: the ripple effects of this trade will be felt across multiple teams, and the Cowboys' strategy for the 2025 season is already evolving in response. The hunt for a cornerback who can bring stability and playmaking ability is heating up, and the decisions made now will echo well into the regular season. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Dallas Cowboys. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. Could C.J. Mosley be headed to Dallas? Whispers are growing louder around the league, and while nothing has been officially confirmed, insiders suggest that the veteran linebacker might be on the verge of a surprising move to the Dallas Cowboys. If true, this signing could send shockwaves across the NFC and immediately elevate the Cowboys' already potent defense to new heights. Mosley, known for his leadership, elite tackling, and high football IQ, has been a cornerstone of the New York Jets defense since arriving from Baltimore in 2019. While injuries and a transitional Jets roster limited his early impact, the past 2 seasons have seen him return to Pro Bowl form. Now, with the Jets possibly looking to get younger and the Cowboys in urgent need of a commanding presence at linebacker, the fit is intriguing and possibly imminent. The Cowboys' defense, under Dan Quinn and now Mike Zimmer, has thrived on speed and aggression, but the unit has lacked consistent interior leadership since the departure of veterans like Sean Lee. Mosley would bring exactly that. A 5-time Pro Bowler and defensive captain, he could step in and immediately take control of the middle of the field, freeing up Micah Parsons to wreak havoc off the edge. It's not hard to imagine the impact Mosley could have on this roster, especially in a division that features dynamic offenses like the Eagles and the rising Commanders. Of course, questions remain. Mosley is on the wrong side of 30 in carries, a sizable contract. Would the Cowboys rework the numbers to make it fit under the cap? Could he stay healthy through a long playoff push? Those concerns are valid, but sources say Dallas believes Mosley still has plenty left in the tank, and that his experience could be the missing piece in a championship puzzle. Until pen meets paper, this remains speculative, but the buzz is undeniable. C.J. Mosley in a Cowboys uniform might not just be a rumor for long. It could be the move that defines Dallas's 2025 season. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Dallas Cowboys, please subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. We always look forward to your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.